What? No.
I was debating. I was like, I don't know if I should shit on this kid more, but I kind of want to.
Yes, do please
like, I want to do like a whole episode.
Do
on
do
this
do.
kid's alleged.
Please do.
Fears that he had.
Do please do
I'll
please
give you
do
more
please
info
do.
once we play this clip.
Please do please
Okay,
do.
okay, well, let me play the
please
clip.
do.
What people are
Okay, hold on,
saying?
hold on.
What? It looks like a dick behind me. Okay, hang on. I got it. Are you? Oh, this looks like a dick.
What?
What's here? This shadow.
What?
This shadow right here.
What shadow?
You see it up here on the corner.
Oh, yeah, by USA.
That's the.
Oh yeah,
one.
it does look like a dick, doesn't
I got
it?
a big cock up here.
Oh yeah.
People, your minds are in the fucking gutter in the chat.
Wow.
Look at that. I mean, it kind of does. Now that I see it.
Now that I see it, yeah, I can't unsee it.
Unsee the cock up
I
there,
can't
right?
unsee the cock.
Okay, well, I'll adjust
I can't
that
unsee
later.
the cock.
Yeah, or I'll leave it.
The cock
Either way.
is there.
Fuck you guys. You know what? They're mad.
The cock is there.
Here's the thing. The chat's mad at me. The
The cock
TYT sent
is there.
in the chat.
Okay, hold on.
The
So
people who
I got.
like Jank over there at TYT, they're mad at me because we're gonna go after Jank here.
No, I got some stuff on him too.
I know. I'm gonna.
Hold on.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
so I got-
I'm gonna
is
bury
there-
this
hold
thing
on.
up here in the corner. I'm gonna bury it
Where's
deep
my-
down inside TYT here in a minute. So you people in the goddamn chat, your mind is always in the goddamn gutter. Okay, let's get back to business here. Would you stop thinking about cocks in the chat? Okay, I know it's Friday and you're excited for the weekend, but Jesus Christ.
I was just my mind.
33,000
was on the whole,
people.
like, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I pointed out to you, and you're like, yeah, there's a dick.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's not
whoa.
only that, but it's also like, you know, the.
For everyone who can't see here, here's look up
we'll
there.
just move on. We'll talk about it later.
Right up here.
Yeah, right up there. Yeah, yeah. Just figure it out.
There.
Just,
I'll
there
finger
you go.
my you cretins. Okay, cretins. Well, how the fuck you say it. Okay, let's listen to this tough guy here. He's a real tough guy. He looks like a tough guy. Someone said it looks like Kyle Rittenhouse and Nick Adams fucked and had a baby.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
it looks like that.
Hold on.
Let's listen to him. How tough he is, though. Let's hear.
Tell us about what happened that day that prompted your reaction.
Hold on.
So Stella, I'm over at this grade school in Boca Raton called Lynn University. And what happened in class on Monday is something I'm never going to forget because I stood up for my rights. I stood up for college kids across the country.
What?
Kids in every single.
Is he going to tell us he beat some people? He beat some liberals up? Because say I stood up for all the college kids. He is a tough guy. Is that what he did? Did he? I don't
think so. I hope
like,
not.
If there was a spectrum of
I hope
things you
not.
could do, and on one end it was like be violent and beat someone up, and the other end was be a pussy ass bitch. I think you'll find that he's on the pussy ass bitch side.
Okay, well, let's listen. Let's hear if you're correct.
School across the country, and I'm sitting there in class, and they put this awful cartoon image of the former president up on the screen.
Oh my
Of the former
And when I
president.
did that, as you saw in that video, my classmates began to laugh at me. And then days later, after I posted this to a TikTok, I had to actually make my account private because
Oh, no.
I've
Oh
been
my
getting
God.
some terrible threats. People telling me that I should go end my own life.
Oh,
And
I
that,
doubt nobody said that. No
I
one
should
said
hope that I don't run into them on campus.
Nobody
Oh.
said that.
And the school's doing a great job
Really?
of helping me stay
Really?
safe right now, so I thank them for that.
Petroleum
But-
story.
It sounds like he needs a safe space. And here's the shot.
Here's the video.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sort of.
Okay.
I mean, it's
He
an
doesn't.
audio.
Well, here,
Oh.
and I'll explain why he films it this way after.
Okay, let's play.
Oh wow. I real.
Did you know that? Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. You know
Okay, so
when
this
Biden
is
was
the
senator
paper
and he
right up
voted
against
against blacks? Did you know that? I bet you didn't know
downtown,
that,
right?
Because you only believe in one thing.
That
And it's
downtown?
only for you. Have a good class.
Have a good class. Here's a picture of this guy with Donald Trump. They look like quite a pair, don't they?
Yeah, they are something. So here's what happened, right? So this kid's in class, and they're going through. It was a history of something class. It was talking about presidential leaders, right? And it was
Okay.
bringing up the characteristics that each of these leaders had, and they brought up Trump. And he said the way he described it was, Trump was a pig, and he was in the fucking the lock and the fucking oh my god, the lock stables, right? that what it's called? No,
I don't know. I'm looking at the chat here. And Hunter's Hog is in here. I'm honored to be on Tony's wall. You people, you're still talking about dicks in the chat. We're trying to listen. We're trying to break down a goddamn video here. We're trying to do a show, and you keep talking about the dick on my wall.
Actually, for a long time, there was a
you know what?
field.
I might go this afternoon and get me a big old fat dildo.
Just
and
over
just put it
there,
right up there.
Like this. That would have been about this size all the way
So
across.
anyways, what
that
were
is
you
now
asking?
all
I'm sorry,
houses.
I'm distracted.
Sorry, okay.
By
So
Hunter,
he
I'm
said,
distracted by Hunter's Hog, like the House
Yeah.
Republicans are.
I mean, honestly, who wouldn't be? He was in the stocks, right? The pillory, which is the instrument that you put your head and your hands in. According to this kid, Donald Trump was a cartoon pig in the stocks, right?
Oh,
so
no.
he had his head and his hands through the stocks. Now, the woman on OAN was like, "Well, why didn't you? I noticed that you filmed it. The way that you did it was like towards you, and you didn't film the class." He goes, "Because I feared for my life." He goes, "There were 30 students in the classroom, and I was afraid that if I filmed it, they would attack me." 30, and he goes, "The 30." He goes, "When you look, he's like 30-1. That's not really fair odds, is it?" Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Okay, this kid is playing victim, and I told Tony last night in a text. I was like, these people, these Republicans, want so desperately
To be the victim.
oppressed, right? To oppress,
be
that they
the
will make
victim,
something
even
up
though
to
they
be like,
are
"Oh,
the
my life was
oppressor."
threatened. People said they better
You
not see me on campus
dipshits.
or hurt them."
You do
Nobody's
understand
fucking
that,
saying
right?
They laughed at him.
Right,
No
because
one's
they laughed at him because he was triggered by a cartoon. Because it's funny
Wow.
that you claim to be tough guys and he's Mr.
And
Tough
we're the
President, all
snowflakes.
this shit.
Right.
And you guys claim that he appears in superhero costumes and shit, and he's so badass and he's a tough guy and
Right.
he'll take down any fucking dictator anywhere, and he's the president that'll get us out of war because he's a badass. And then you can't take that there's a political cartoon of him.
Yeah.
You pussies, you goddamn pussy ass.
And he's like, look, if there was any other president, Barack Obama or Joe Biden, I
Okay,
would say
hold
the
on,
same.
because
I highly doubt that. But I will say this. The fact that he's like, "Oh man, the students were gonna beat me up in class." No, they fucking weren't. And then he made a claim that the
Oh my
teacher told
God.
him never to come back in class again, which I highly doubt that happened either. The kid made a fool of himself because he decided to stand up and say, "Hey, can we not do this? It's unfair to President Biden or President Trump." Because he also said, "I've met the guy. He's a really nice guy. I've met him in Florida. I've met him at the golf resort. I've met him in New Jersey. I've had dinner with him. He's a really nice guy."
Thank you.
Honestly, just like the dick in the back, you know?
Just like the USA
or-
dick up here on my wall. The dick shadow.
Just a small one.
Yeah, well.
Just a small
my
one
God.
after all.
This show is plummeting into.
We've gone into
I think
an
Seb
area-
is right. I think Seb is right about you. I think Seb is right about you, and he's definitely right about the viewers. You fucking.
But
Oh
I'll
my
say
God.
this: the full interview with this kid, and that's why I was like, "Oh man, do
On
I wanna
OAN? Is that
yeah,
what you're
on
saying?
OAN. I was like, "Do I want to shit on this?"
Did he do a media circuit? And this was just the OAN was the one that Ron cut. 'Cause
He
here's
might
the-
have done another one, but I definitely watched the interview that he had on OAN, the full interview. This
Here's
where
the one that Ron cut.
where he whines and complains about the fact that like students laughed at him. But what he doesn't include in here is that he also says that the students threatened to kill
I'm
him
going to start
and
building.
threatened to hurt him. To which I'm like, no one is threatening to hurt you. You already made a fucking idiot of yourself by standing up to defend.
I mean, it might
Donald
be
Trump.
it might be right wingers that
Yeah,
are
it
threatening
could
to
be.
hurt him because he looks like such a fucking wimp.
It could be.
It could be,
But I
don't
can
know.
tell you right now, there's no reason. There would be no reason that anyone would threaten this kid when he just stood up and said, "Can you take this down? Can you take this down? This isn't right. Can you not have a political cartoon of Trump as a pig in the
laughed at
stocks?" And they laughed at him. And then he continued doing it. He's like, "All right, well, have a nice class."
Probably
After
rightfully
that
so.
fact,
They laughed at him.
The teacher didn't. No, the teacher never told him that he should never come back to class. And the students definitely did not fucking threaten him and say, "Oh, good luck on campus. I hope I don't see you." Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What a pussy. What a pussy. Oh my God! And we're supposed to believe these are the tough guys? Get the fuck out of here. Well, we have a few tough guys. What is this? Oh,
Phallic Fridays.
Phallic
Jesus
Fridays.
Christ.
Phallic
Fucking
Fridays.
obsessed
These
with
guys
dick.
are definitely.
Why are you obsessed with dick?
We're not getting enough, clearly.
I guess so. I mean, I've got it right up here on the screen all the time. The dick shadow. He's just hogging attention. Yeah. You fuckers. You fuckers. I'm getting a dildo and I'm putting it behind me. I'm gonna go buy the biggest fucking cock I can find.
You got one of those. You got to get one of those like that stick. You know, you just got to lick it and stick it.
Right. Maybe I'll make a video.
You should do it at the beginning of the show. At the beginning of the show, be like, "Hey,
stick it,
check me out," and then you lick it, and then
maybe
you
I
stick
can,
it.
Maybe I can hang it on like my wall from up here, so it hangs. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll figure out something.
We could make a segment.
How much? You want?
Well, we could make a segment.
Yeah.
Where it's a question, and we have basically the length of time to make an argument is all based on how long the dildo sticks on the ceiling. Just lick it. All right, quick.
So it's like the countdown clock is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know how long it's gonna be. It could be for 10 seconds.
What would you call it? What would you call it? The dick stick? Or a stick? No, let's see. What would you call it? You gotta have a name for it. And then we'd have to have music for it. Boing, 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 boing. You know, that would be the.
Maybe it's called "Don't Be a Dick."
Don't be a dick.
I don't know.
Just trying to think here.
I'm sure if people in the comments, if you want to, what would be the name if we were to find a way to stick a dildo to a ceiling and make a whole segment that you only have the amount of time to talk before it drops?
This is a dick drop. That's what
the dick drop.
Dick drop. Dick drop. Sticky dicky. Another one.
Not so sticky dicky.
You fucking people! I tell
not
you
so,
what, you're the best
not
audience.
so
This
sticky
is why
dicky.
you're the best audience in the world. Someone's suggesting butt plugs now. See, wait, you want all these sex toys behind me? Is that what you want? You know, it's funny because when Don Jr. used to do his, his videos that he did, Big Dick Energy. Yeah, that's remember when he used to do his video and he has that big glass dildo up behind him?
Yeah, he still has it. He still has it.
It's like a big glass dildo bong or some shit. I don't know. I was always wondering what the hell that was.
Mouth is on it for whatever. I don't know.
Right. I don't know. I don't know who he uses on or if he uses on himself or what, but it looks interesting.
Maybe, or you know what? Actually, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
Instead of you buying it, you should make an Amazon wish list. And then people should buy it, and then basically then we just add a collection. So by the end of the time,
it'd just be a bunch of sex toys,
just a bunch of fucking dildos randomly in the back,
all over.
Yeah. I'll throw some on the wall, right here. I got a thinger. This is a speaker. But just imagine, having just one off on the side talking.
I don't know, folks. I don't know if Gabe Sanchez has been smoking something this morning or what's going on, but he's all in for the. He's all in with you on the chat.
I think the people in the chat are totally for this.
For the dick shadow. You people with your.
It's hard. It's hard to get out from that shadow once it's there,
Right. Once you see the dick shadow, it's hard to unsee it. But it's the fucking megaphone back there, folks.
Is it though?
I mean,
we don't know.
Who knows?
We'll never know.
It's hard to fucking tell, I guess. I don't know. All right, we got a new bonehead of the week. Jesus Christ.
The bonehead of the week.
Dickhead of the week. We got a new bonehead of the week, so stick around.
Because I love these guys too. Let's see what they're. Hold on. Whoa.
The fabric of our
because that's a little me feeding back in.
All that.
So I need to make sure I'm not feeding back in.
Half of history, all of history is written by the winners.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's an argument. Right. There's an argument, and I don't know if you guys can hear me. No, you can't. Okay. They won't be able to hear me.
The city slicker sign now.
Yes. I had a thought, and I was going to put it in there.
That one thing.
Hold on 1 second.
I believe in my heart Hal could do one-handed push-ups all day long.
Yes, it's true.
I got to believe that.
Well, and Charles, I wanted to tell you, Drift Class, because you were in the kitchen when this happened, but Charles Blow was on Lawrence last night.
Mm-hmm.
And he quoted The Wire.
Really?
He said the claim on the right and on the left that it's dangerous to prosecute Donald Trump.
Right.
Because if you're going to go for the king, you best not miss. If you're going to swing at the king, you best not miss. And he said, here's the problem. America doesn't have kings.
No, thank you.
Right.
Stop with the king bullshit.
I really like that. Like
he's not a king.
Says, that's why
Thank you.
He's
not a fucking king. I keep saying that.
Coming for the king isn't a thing in the
Thank you. You can't do that. He's not a king.
Well,
God damn, that's what makes the difference between our system and everybody else's.
I understand that.
We've never had a royal system, even though we wanted one in some ways.
I
do.
Well, there he is.
Hold on. Yep.
There he is.
You heard me. I think you hear me. Now the question is, yeah, good. You guys hear me just fine?
Yeah, just great.
Excellent. Now I just have to make sure that I'm not doubling up out to the people's. Yeah, I think it's okay though. I think we should be all right. Yeah, wow. You guys hear me? Everybody here is good? Yeah. Okay.
I am Horton and you are who, and I hear you. So that's great.
It's amazing. I feel like I'm inside a little milk thistle. You know.
Yes.
All right.
That's a professional.
Am I going to switch back?
Hey, I just created.
Still talking about that. So let's go back to these guys. Hey, the morning.
Oh fuck! You people. The
morning.
This is why. Hey, there you go. Steve says boner of the week instead of bonehead.
Boner of the week. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Boner of the week.
I guess today is boner of the week since you pointed out the cock shadow.
Yeah, where am I?
Taco penis. That's another good one.
I mean, we could just make one where it's a dick and then it's the face of Joe Taco Pina.
That could be. It could be. You fucking people. We got bonehead of the week.
Literally, this is where I live because the airport's right here, and I'd be right here.
Look, everyone in the chat has filthy, filthy minds, and that's totally fine.
That's what we like about you, to be quite honest.
You're able to be yourself.
That's
right by the water, but
Tony
not
Michael's
on
podcast. We don't give a fuck, and the main reason why is because YouTube refuses to give us back our monetization. I think it's because of you fuckers, though, in the chat. It feels like it now. They're like, Jesus Christ. What's with this chat over here on this guy's show? No, I'm just kidding. It's not you. It's me.
Yeah.
As George Costanza would say, it's not you. It's me. Oh, boy. We got a lot to talk about. I swear I'm going to show you why I keep saying what I say about Jank Unger and TYT. I swear I'm going to do it.
You're full of shit.
I told you I was going to wait till the end, which I probably will, just to have you guys hang around. Are you changing shit?
Because they're so full of shit.
I had a misspelling.
Oh, jeez, Louise. This guy got to be perfect.
I gotta.
Thank you for being anal.
It's coming.
Thank you for being anal.
Maybe that's what we should call the segment.
Oh, it's coming.
Have you seen? I sent you that video the other day, the Pornhub one, and at the end it's Donald Trump. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. That's hilarious. That's one of the best pieces of tape of him. Speaking of Donald Trump, we got to get to Bonehead of the Week. Everybody, let's start the music. Boner of the Week. Oh, wait, Bonehead of the Week.
Oh, right. Different segment.
Right.
That's
boner
the boner of the week is the after hours segment.
Right, that's the after. Maybe we'll go do boner of the week over on Patreon. Boner of the week.
We're getting real up close and personal tonight.
Okay, back away from the microphone, you cretin. You cretin. Okay, so we got a few boners on Bonehead of the Week this week. We got Donald Trump, of course. He definitely wins.
It's a little dark on some of
There's
those,
a fucking landslide.
Right. Oh, my God. Evan Corcoran. His name kind of sounds like Cochran. People have been calling him Cochran on the media. Have you noticed that? And usually I mispronounce people's names, so maybe I'll go with Evan Cochran since we're on the dick shadow today. And then Jank Unger.
Is it Uger?
Is it Uger? Unger? I don't know. Uger.
I think it's Jank Uger. I think it's
Jank Uger. I used to watch Jank when he was on MSNBC, and he was a clown then. He's a clown now. And I'm going to tell you why. It's all a bit, and it's all a shtick, and some of you guys are falling for it.
Oh, God.
It's funny that you're falling for it. I'm going to show you why I'm going to show you how it's a shtick, man. It's all bullshit. It's funny. it's funny that you think he's like, oh yeah, he's for Bernie and all this shit and blah blah blah.
Never believe that.
Yakety schmackety. I'm gonna show you a tape from 11 years ago that you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? Okay, especially when you put it in the context of the time now and what they were trying to do 11 years ago, the Republicans, that is, and what led up to Donald Trump and Trumpism in this country. And I'm going to show you why Trumpism caught on and why it's not all the right's fault. It's because we took our eye off the ball. Us liberals took our eye off the ball and started to cheerlead authoritarianism, even from the left, because authoritarianism isn't right or left. I don't know if you guys know that, but authoritarianism can be left or right. Yes, authoritarianism. Go look the word up. You can go look up the history on authoritarianism and right-wing authoritarianism and left-wing authoritarianism. And I'm telling you. I
think I was going to put a big old community right
little
here.
Part of an interview that he did 11 years ago, and you see this, it's gonna probably change your mind. You're gonna know what I'm fucking talking about when I say stop listening to TYT. Now, listen. Maybe I should do. Let's just do Jank first. I was gonna wait till the end to do him, but
go ahead and do Jank.
Fuck it, we're okay. The reason why I tell you that TYT is shit is because they have a defeatist attitude. They don't like the Democrats. They attack the Democrats. Now, you would say, Tony, isn't it okay to attack Democrats? Yeah, sure. It's okay to attack Democrats. That's fine. But when you're using right-wing arguments against the left that are untrue and just fucking stupid, and you're using that to convince people not to go vote, you are not for democracy. You are not a pro-democracy part of the coalition. Because everyone says, why do you attack TYT? They attack the left. I'm attacking the left when I attack TYT. Pluck your head out of your ass, okay? What they're doing from the left is trying to convince people not to vote for the left and not to go vote, which only is suppressing our own vote. I hear this shit all the time when they're like, oh, these Democrats on the Hill keep sending me emails wanting money for me. Yeah, because we have to win elections. What do you think this shit is fucking free? Yeah. Do you think this shit is free? Listen, if you don't want fundraising emails, don't open them. Don't open them. Reply back to not being on the text chain, okay? You don't have to get the fucking fundraising emails if you don't want them. You don't have to. Now, you should, if you got a few bucks, donate to pro-democracy campaigns. You should be doing that if you can. If you can. But this idea that somehow the Democrats are the same as the Republicans, I've been saying this over and over and over and over and over again. You are full of fucking shit. Is there shit that Democrats could do better? You goddamn right. We're trying to fix that. We're trying to fix that.
Oh, yeah.
But there's only one party in this country who is concerned with democracy at all. And it is the Democratic Party. Until the Republican Party comes back to the table of democracy, they are the threat to it because they are trying to use our democracy to get rid of it. I don't know if you've been paying attention to what they've been doing in these state houses, but they're trying to legislate our fellow countrymen out of existence because of who they are or how they fucking dress up at a goddamn performance. They're taking away women's bodily autonomy. They're fucking dumping weapons of war on our streets, folks. I don't know if you're paying attention or not to what kind of fascist state Ron DeSantis wants and what he's trying to do down in Florida.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. 62%.
Banning teachers for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
And banning words. They're scared of words.
Yeah, excuse me. They don't believe in the Constitution because they don't believe in the first. Just the second. And the second they're doing on purpose because they can get as many guns as possible. The problem that they're not figuring out is those guns are in 5% of the hands. Not enough to do what they want to do.
TYT. They say it all the time. They've been saying it. It's always been that motherfucker shtick. Always. This isn't something new that I'm making up about them. I'm going to show you a little fucking clip of Jank Unger, Ooga, Ooga. I'm putting an N in it, aren't I? Unger.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah. It's UYGUR.
No, there's an N in it. I don't give a shit.
All right, that's what you say.
Hey, I'm saying his first name correctly. I could say his first name wrong. I mean, it ain't, Anyways, the point is this: is that if you're mad that I go after TYT, then you're mad for the reasons that I go after TYT, not that I'm just going after him. Yeah. Because you act like I've been attacking TYT and Jank for a while. But when I show you why he's on Bonehead, when I show you why is it, can you pull her tweet up? Because I know she's the DM, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you made? So let's just get into this shit here. There was something that triggered his boneheaded move, and it was what's her name? Here, let me pull it up. She's the DM today, Anna. Anna, you guys have seen this. What's funny is she has this viral video out there of her talking about the Bible and religion, and you can just keep your fucking religion out of my fucking space. You can believe what you want to believe. That doesn't mean I have to believe.
Want to believe, just keep it to yourself,
clip.
Please.
It's got millions of views. People repost it all the time. It's a great clip. Great little sound bite. For liberty, meaning I have the liberty to have my religion, you have the liberty to have your religion, but you can't force yours on me, and I can't force yours on you. But here's a tweet she sent out, right? I believe, this is in contrary, or opposite of that idea, okay? Here, let me show you this. And this is what sparked the whole debate. And this is why he's trending, is because of this tweet that she put out. And the reason why is because not only did she put this tweet out, he fucking came in and fiercely defended it, which I think the tweet alone, whatever. This is her opinion, and it's his opinion too. I don't give a shit. They can yell it from the rooftops for all I care. I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is,
doing this in the
people
water.
thinking that I'm attacking him because I'm just trying to create a feud. Someone said that shit this morning. I'm trying to create a feud that doesn't exist. Listen, I'm trying to tell you what's bad for democracy.
It was doing
That's
that
what I'm trying to fucking tell you. I'm trying to tell you where the authoritarians and the fucking fascists are gonna move in, and what they're gonna use against us, the pro-democracy coalition, the people who want to keep our fucking liberty in this country. And here she is. Here's what she says: I am a woman. Great. And as a woman, I'm happy that she identifies as a woman. Fantastic. That's great. I have nothing against that. Please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, a birthing person, or a person who menstruates. Listen, I doubt anyone has ever walked up to her and said any one of those things to her face. This is fucking dumb. What she's talking about, and I'm telling you, hey, you people out there that love TYT and hate when I knock them, here's what they're doing. They're getting on the anti-woke train, is what they're doing here, folks. They're testing out the waters. They're testing out the waters of the anti-woke train with this trans fucking stuff that the right keeps going after. Like, what's that Nazi rag? Daily Wire with Matt Walsh and that fucking shitbag Michael Knowles? They're trying that out on you, okay? That's what they're doing. They're floating this shit and trying it out on you. And I don't care what kind of ally they are. You can fucking hate on me all you want. This is what they're doing. It's a shtick that they do. I'm going to prove it to you, and they're trying it out on you. How do people not realize how degrading this is? What are you talking about? Someone who wants to be called a person with a uterus would not be offended by that. Jesus Christ, people are called MAGA all the time, and they're proud of it. They're called ultra MAGA, and they're fucking proud of it, folks. What are you talking about? You could support the transgender community without doing this shit. See, you see that thin veil there that she's draping over? Listen, I am not against her wanting to be called a woman, but no one, I guarantee you, and maybe she could prove it to me by having a video or something, or maybe a lot of comments that are thrown her way of calling her a person with a uterus, calling her a birthing person, or a person who menstruates. Because frankly, I think this is ridiculous. And again, he goes all in on it. Is this what's this next tweet you sent me? Is this the one where he defends
No, this is the thread that breaks it down, but there's another one that the third one is the one where he defends it.
Right. And again, I know how it's being presented. What the fuck?
What?
I got logged out of Twitter. That's fucking weird, man. That's fucking weird. Elon's fucking with me. Here. That's crazy. No, I got the tweet here.
All right.
Anna and Jank here, because Jank chimed in. I'm going to show you that. Know exactly what they're doing. This is a trial balloon for so-called progressives and liberals to see if they're okay with transphobia. They're trying to see how far they can go with this stuff. Anna using these terms with disdain as if someone's been harmed is peak turf think. Fuck the young turfs. I love it, call it young turfs. But it's the truth. What do you want other than what it is on its face? Right? Am I wrong about this, or am I just crazy that I'm reading it this way? They did log me. What the fuck? There, now I'm logged back in. That's fucking weird. Is it because of the link you sent me? Hang on a second. Let me double check this. That's weird. That's weird.
What's going on?
It's the deep state. Yeah, it's the deep state. It's when I use your links here in the chat. It's all right. It's all right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right. Here's his tweet defending her. This is the bone, because we were trying to determine whether it should be her on the bonehead or him on the bonehead. And I asked Gabe Sanchez, I said, look, is it more boneheaded what she said or more boneheaded that he defended it after she said it? Mm-hmm. And we determined that it was probably more boneheaded that he defended it. Here's his defense. If you think I'm going to tell my female co-host what she can call herself or what words she's allowed to use, you're nuts. I agree with that. Do you see how he's doing it, though? Do you see it? And you don't know me at all. We do something radical at TYT. We let everyone have their own opinion. I know it's novel concept in media. Listen, what you're saying is the exact opposite of what she said, Jank. Yeah. It's the exact opposite. If someone else can have the opinion of a person with a uterus, then that's their fucking opinion. That's their fucking liberty. These people have been doing this shtick for a long time, and this shtick is that both sides are the same. That's what it is. And they're saying they're trying out an anti-wokeism campaign. Because, folks, honestly, the reason why the right's been doing this anti-wokeism thing is because it makes a lot of money. I don't know if you know that. I mean, we could make so much more money here on this show if I just went, oh, wokeism, and you're against me. You're trying to cancel us, and anti-woke this and anti-woke that. If I did that shit, I would make so much more money. Oh my God, it would be glorious. There'd just be cash flowing in all over the place. What do you think they're doing? And you people who come after you say, oh, Tony, I can't believe you attacked TYT. I can't believe you do this. This is the reason why. Because Jank has always railed against the fucking corporate media and corporate Democrats. That's what he calls it. And you people out there are like, oh, you don't know anything about TYT. You don't watch it. Listen, I was watching Jank when he did his tryout on MSNBC years ago, when he was trying to move from the TYT to the corporate media, the people that he fucking says he hates. So don't tell me what I know and what I don't know. What's this tweet here that you're sending me?
It was a tweet from yesterday, but it's this okay, so for anyone who, Tony and I have talked about this before. TYT has a tendency to be, they have a big platform, but they have a tendency to be defeatist, right? And it's an ultimatum type of persona that they have. It's either it's got to be this way or it's nothing at all. And this is another thing right here. This is falling into the trap. Now, obviously, nobody knows what Alvin Bragg knows other than his team and the grand jury. So when people speculate to be like, oh, there's no case or it's this or that, we don't really know. We could fucking talk till we turn blue, right? Like, we don't know exactly what is being presented to the case. Only those who are privy to who have been interviewed, right? Not the interviewees, but the people who have been interviewed that have watched them, right? The jury, prosecution, the Manhattan DA's office, those people know. So when people go out and say, well, there's no case or it's this or that, like, again, we have no idea until we see an indictment, right? And we see what those charges are. Because it could be for the very thing that everyone assumes, but it also could be for something totally unrelated, or rather it is related, but nobody knew about. And that's the reason that Alvin Bragg brought it back. So Jank here is saying, like, it turns out Alvin Bragg might not charge Trump after all. this is I'm assuming in response to a whole day. This is a whole day later. This is last night that he responded to a second delay, right? Because they're going to convene on Monday, and then we'll see how it happens next week. But Cenk here is saying, it turns out Alvin Bragg might not charge Trump after all. We told you these prosecutors are elected Democrats, which means they're scared to death of Republicans and love the elites, which means there's very little chance they would take on a former Republican president. I don't think that's true, but also the assumption before anyone knows anything, right, is that this guy goes, we told you. So even from the get-go, Cenk and the team were saying, there's nothing here. This is a dumb thing. He's not going to charge him, blah, blah, blah. And now trying to be like, see, I was right. But here's the thing. We don't know yet because they haven't come back with a grand jury because they haven't been allowed. They were delayed 2 days, right? So they haven't convened, which will be on Monday in another 3 days. So Cenk and the rest of the team being like, see, this is what we told you. Defeatist. This same approach, the same mentality they had during the midterms. It was, they're going to lose. Democrats are, they have to change up the game, do this, have to do that.
It's going to be a red wave. That's what they said.
And what we saw was, yes, Democrats lost their advantage position in the House, but the assumption was it was going to be 20 to 30 seats that the Democrats were going to lose by. And they only lost by a handful of seats when you actually look at the numbers. So it just falls in line with the same thing that Cenk and them do all the time, which is like, it's never going to work out. Jesus Christ, man. Have a little bit of faith here, right? You don't know just as well as I don't know and Tony doesn't know. There's other shit that's going on behind the scenes that no one is privy to, right? So everyone's assumption on this is like, oh, look, I knew it. These fucking Democrats, they cucked. They weren't gonna go after him.
Yep. And that's exactly what they're doing in a federal court today when the grand jury is hearing testimony from Donald Trump's attorney on a crime fraud exemption.
Right.
This is all fucking stupid shit. Guess what? Guess what Jack Smith is?
All right.
Gabe Sanchez. Guess what
We'll
he is?
be back.
There's a Democrat elected president
tomorrow now.
Listen to this.
Or
He
not tomorrow.
nominated an attorney general who's
Now we're going to start doing
who
this
is,
Monday,
nominated
probably
by a Democrat.
every day,
His name
or at
is
least an
Merrick
hour
Garland.
to
The
2 hours.
Democrats in
We'll
the
figure
Senate
through
confirmed that nomination.
why it will
Did you
come
know
out
that?
as the
elected
podcast
corporate
later.
Democrats confirmed that nomination, and then what happened was
Well,
Merrick
we'll figure
Garland
through what's going to be
appointed
the
Jack Smith. And
screen
today,
and what's
so
going to
he
be
must
talked
be
to
some
about.
kind of elected prosecutor, Democrat, left-wing lunatic. Listen, Cenk is doing what right-wingers do. And this thing that him and Anna did, they toyed with this for was it 2 days ago or yesterday that they toyed with this anti-wokeism thing with this woman? As if someone came up to her and called her a uterus
I think it was
something.
two days ago is when.
Which again, I want to be clear here too. I don't give a fuck if TYT exists. I'm not saying ban them or cancel them or whatever. I'm just saying when you listen to them, I'm going to show you what the fuck you're listening to. This is, I'm going to show it to you here. Let me see if I can pull this. That's a YouTube video, and I got to find the timestamp. I think, did I send it to you this morning?
Yes, you sent it.
I did. Okay, let me see if I can find this link. This is a YouTube video, and it's a, what it is it is a broadcast from 11 years ago on Democracy Now! Now, I told you in the beginning that Cenk was on MSNBC. He had a show on MSNBC. It was kind of like a tryout show, is what it is. That's how a lot of times the corporate media works, is they have a tryout, and you go and you have a show, and you get to be a host for a while, and then if you're really good at it and you build an audience, then you get another show. Now, he left MSNBC. The circumstances are really, no one knows exactly what happens because he has one story. Yeah. MSNBC, the bosses that be at the time had a different story, right? They had a different story. But I want to show you now. I also want to say that the media was much different in reacting to the news at the time because 2016 election hadn't happened yet and Donald Trump had not been president. Our media has changed of how they react to stuff. They still are stuck in this Trump loop. And you guys know that I'm just as much of a critic as the corporate media. I don't call it that because I think that's dumb. I call it the mainstream media because that's what it is. It's mainstream. They're the media. They're the press. I'm not the press. I don't have a fucking press. I don't have credentials. I'm a commentator. I'm here to entertain you and tell you what the fuck I think. And most of you listen to what I think, whether you love it or hate it. I don't give a shit. A lot of you might hate what he says here in this interview. It's 11 years ago. And this is the context. They're asking him about the situation where he left MSNBC. But listen to what he says about Barack Obama, okay? Listen to this. This is, and I don't give a shit if someone calls Barack Obama this. I'm just telling you the shtick he's been doing this whole time. And it's always been a shtick. It always has been. Listen.
Well, there's no question that I was by far the least supportive of the Obama administration. I saw your last segment, and I couldn't agree more with your guest. I think President Obama is clearly, a Republican.
Did I hear that right? Did I hear what did he just say, Gabe Sanchez?
Play it again. Play it again.
Should I play it again?
Yeah, let's play it again.
Let's see if I can back that up just a bit here. Oh, that's too far. Right there. Okay, let's listen to what he says again about Obama and see if our audience or anyone out there in a pro-democracy coalition, even if you hate some stuff that Obama did, let's see if you agree with this statement.
Your last segment, and I couldn't agree more with your guest. I think President Obama.
Well, shit. I'm not fucking used to YouTube, I guess. God damn it. Hang on a second. And we're having technical difficulties here at.
This is a moment where I go, what was that?
What? Yeah, what was that? Okay.
But the fact that he calls
I got
Obama,
it. I got it here.
All right.
By far the least supportive of the Obama administration. I saw your last segment, and I couldn't agree more with your guest. I think President Obama is clearly, a Republican.
Barack Obama.
What was that?
Now, again, you may have a lot of disagreements with Obama. You may not think Obama went left enough, right? You may think that he was some kind of fucking right-wing, far-right Nazi plant, right? You may think that, but that's all bullshit, what he just said. That Barack Obama is definitely 100% unequivocally a Republican. Listen, folks, this is the guy that you go over and you listen to at TYT. And some of the shit he says makes sense. Of course it does. Some of the shit I say doesn't make any sense. Okay? I get it. But you got to know where he starts from. And he's starting from this point. And that is why he's not good for democracy, and he is not a soldier for the pro-democracy coalition, folks. Mm-hmm. He wants to destroy our democracy just like the right does. And he's trying, and him and Anna, the reason why they're on the bonehead this week, I mean, here's the real reason why, is because what they're trying to do is use this wokeism shit to do it. And they're just doing it from the left instead of from the right. Because it happens all the time. There's cancel culture. There's a ton of fucking comedians out there that are, quote, left-wing, that are on this anti-woke thing because they're getting canceled because of shit they're saying. Stop saying it then. If you don't like people judging you, if you don't want people to fucking come at you, don't say it. Don't say it.
And also the thing is, it's not just don't say it, but if you know there's a history of somebody saying something, and you say, oh, well, if I say this thing, people are probably going to come after me, right? They're probably going to get mad at what I say. You know that based on, history, right? If you were to say, oh, my Republican counterparts, they got canceled because they said this thing, don't fucking say it. If you know what's going to happen, you know the consequences of your action, then don't take that action if you do not want the consequence, right? Because you know what's going to happen. It's not like you are totally just blindsided. You didn't know what was going to happen. You're like, oh, well, I just made this simple mistake. No. You've seen again and again and again people who say racist, bigoted, transphobic, homophobic, just outright terrible things. And when you say those, or when other people have said it, there have been repercussions or consequences, whether it's people that have come at backlash because they said, this or that, they've boycotted their business, they've done this or whatever it might be. You know what will happen because you've seen it happen before.
Exactly.
And so when these people go, no, you know what, I'm going to say it. And then when they get consequences for it, they go, "Oh, what, guys? That's not fair. This is cancel culture." No, you can't play dumb. You knew it was going to happen, and you did it anyway because you want to feel oppressed.
Well, and I think, again, some people are saying it's about the money in the chat, and I said that earlier. It's absolutely about the money. It's absolutely about the money because there is a ton of money right now on the right wing when you're attacking wokeism. Like, that's the whole shtick. I don't know if we played enough clips for you or not, but Fox News is living off the word wokeism right now. OAN, Newsmax, all these right-wing talking heads, that's all they have. Deep state and wokeism. That's all they have. And it makes no sense.
Thank you. It's not making any sense.
The cunt who wrote the book on wokeism couldn't define it on a right-wing show. When she was asked simply, what does that mean? And I know...
It was a softball pitch.
That's right. I know what they're doing here. I know what they're doing. I'm on to them. I can smell them taking on right-wing talking points just like they do around elections. Around the red wave, and they bought into that bullshit.
Yep.
I can sense they're buying into the anti-wokeism stuff, and they think
but
it's going
what
to be
is
profitable.
it? I still don't understand what it is. Explain it. Only thing I hear is N-word. I can't say it. I want to say it. I want to say screw you, fuck you. That's all I want to hear.
When you come
that's it. I mean, that's all I'm hearing anytime I say woke.
We call out the left.
You're woke.
We call out the left.
Every time I hear... What is it? CRT. Every time I hear,
that's what I say. Fuck them.
Antifa.
It's just.
It's
the same bullshit.
It's just something where like you hear people complain, like, "Oh, you guys only go after the right." I mean, yeah, because a lot of the time the right is fucking dumb, and they say dumb shit.
When they say dumb shit,
but we will go after people on the left when you're attacking our own, in the sense of like, if you're attacking a community and trying to be subtle about it. And trying to be coy and be like, "Oh, I'm a woman and I'm not that." Dude, shut the fuck up, man. Like, you can't play this. You can't play this like, "Well, I'm gonna be critical here and I'm gonna be." No. You're just being terrible, right? And we're gonna call people out like that. And the idea that if anyone comes in here from the right, it's like, "Oh, well, you don't call people on the left out." Yes, we do.
Bullshit. Especially when you're saying right-wing talking points.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
You're not helping. You're not helping us. You're helping them.
Right. When you say right-wing
because I don't believe that they're they're left-wing either.
For you and your little,
I'm sorry, I think they're just doing a thing to make a buck.
Anti-woke stuff and sorry, anti-woke to see if you can get your audience on board with the anti-woke stuff, so you can continue this stupid ass right-wing talking point. Which that's what it is, wokeism. And anyone who says the word woke when they're talking about woke, they're dumb as shit. They don't know what woke is. Number one, because they just don't know. And two, they're using it, especially in independent media, they're using it for fucking profit when it's the enemy.
Thank you.
They're doing it for profit. Trust me.
I'm not the only one saying it. Thank you.
I could do that shtick.
They're doing it to make a fucking buck. They're not. They don't give a fuck about society or anything else like that. They want to make a goddamn penny, and that's just suck ass. Because if I got on here and all of a sudden was like, "Ooh, conservative bullshit," and MAGA, yeah, I could make a buck. Especially sounding like I sound. Hello, but there is no way in hell.
I don't know.
I would do
like
that.
It to me, probably.
Hell
and it's genuine where I come from, but
I'd rather just make what I can make, get along, and show people that nope, that's just bullshit. We need to not live in the bullshit world.
Of course, we get a cut. We got a cut. It's Nick Fuentes. Speaking of right-wing talking heads. Who listen. When Nick Fuentes and TYT are like, "Yeah, sure, we're on the same page."
That's not a page you don't want to be like, "Oh yeah, look, TYT, Nick Fuentes. All right, great. We
Well, I get the roundabout way that she's doing it, right? I get the roundabout way that she's doing it. She's trying to say, I identify as this and you can, but I have never,
excuse me.
I've never heard anyone call women that. And I didn't see where she posted that someone.
Oh, I've heard
her
that somebody call women that, but that's been a conservative.
Like,
it wasn't
from Republicans.
Thank you. It's from Republicans.
Use those terms to be like,
exactly. I'm sorry. It's Republicans that use those terms.
She's using the trans. She's using it as a hammer to attack the trans community because she's saying, "Oh, that."
But that's exactly what they're doing too.
Man, you're trying.
She's just taking it from the left side and trying to make it that, and that's what's pissing me off.
I see what you're doing. You're trying it out,
right? Exactly.
You're seeing how it's gonna work, and I see what's going on. I see what we're doing. Okay, so let's go back to this. Why is there a reason why you put them on there? Is that clip that I showed the other day?
It was the clip that we played yesterday. The whole women want to be raped and they they want it. All this shit. I was oh god. That's exactly why he's on there, and that's one of the reasons why he made it onto the Bonehead Madness. In the
clip in particular. Let me see.
Well, I mean, many clips that he's done over the last year.
Well, explain who this guy is. Give the audience an idea who Nick Fuentes is real quick in a nutshell.
Right. Nick Fuentes is a Nazi.
Understand that. Fuentes is a Nazi.
That's perfect.
Fuentes
loves Hitler.
Is a Nazi.
Think about that. Just think about that. The Holocaust of the Jewish community by Hitler.
Fuentes
is transphobic.
Is a Nazi.
He hates gay people.
Does he not fucking get it?
He's celibate by choice. No, it's because women don't want anything to do with him.
You'll see why here in a second.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, we call him an incel, right? But that's involuntary, right? An incel is involuntary, which means that it's not their choice, right? And I think that is true. He says it's voluntary. So he's like, oh, I'm a vol cell, I think is what he said once. Shut the fuck up. No, he's not.
He's just an idiot.
A vol cell.
An idiot who lives in his mommy's basement.
So he's saying
celibate.
He's saying
instead of involuntarily celibate. That's what
he doesn't want to have.
But he's a Nazi.
Through
and through.
No. It's one thing to rent
and now he's back
house that your family owns. It's another thing to live in your mom's basement.
Nothing but hatred, bigotry.
It's one thing to live in a house when your family owns 3 houses.
God, I hate this.
Yes, if your family owns 3 houses and you live in one of those houses, not with your parents,
I'm not surprised.
That's not the same thing as living in your mom's basement.
It's just like my whole life. Oh my God.
Especially if you pay rent on that house. That's equivalent or better than the mortgage, which is what most kids do. We pay about what the mortgage is to our parents that own the property. It makes it easier because for some of us, it'll be the inheritance, and it makes more sense to do it this way.
They didn't say it like that.
With my personality type, where you're like a rascal.
We'll get more use of it without the taxes.
I think what you meant is that you're like my personality type, a rapist.
He's getting the R words confused.
Rapist, Jesus.
You're like a bastard.
All right.
They're kind of like...
I didn't point this out the other day, but why is he fidgeting with that cup?
Because he's lying.
Right. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Every word he's saying is a lie.
It's an instinct to fidget with that cup because
how people are like, oh, wait, look up this way when I'm trying to think of like an excuse kind of thing.
Exactly.
And, like, you're fidgeting with something as a way to distract or focus on it or whatever it is. Like it makes it, whether it makes him uncomfortable or not, I don't know. But he's lying 100%. And I'm sure if there was like a body language expert, they would probably tell you this is one of the signs of, or this might be his tell of what he's doing,
of his deception here.
Because I think it's also it shows that he's weak, right? Like this is, and again, I'm not a body language expert, but from what I've seen before and heard of similar type of situations, like the fidgeting is one where like you won't make eye contact, right? Like you don't feel like you're high enough in the respect kind of category or class. You're like fidgeting with something to distract yourself from like not looking up and saying things. Like it's because he's lying. These are not the ways in which women interact with him. No one's ever been like, oh, stop it, you're so cute. It's like, no, stop it, you're fucking creepy. Get the fuck away from me.
Get the hell away.
You're like, oh, little rascal. No, you fucking rapist.
Even
like,
a gay dude
Nazi,
would be like, dude,
creep,
there's something
terrible,
not right about
you. You're garbage. You're horrible.
You're not.
That women,
you're just
if
not
they
it.
actually do
you
ever
are
interact
weird.
with Nick Fuentes, say about him once he's opened his fucking mouth and said the things that he says about women or anyone in the LGBTQ community or anyone who's of color, those are the things that immediately will turn off someone. And I think even for conservative people, they're like, oh, dude, you're fucking a little too Nazi for me.
Right. You're a little ixnay on the Hitler, but listen to what he goes on to say about how women want to be the R word, raped. And you'll know what we're talking about when he means rapist, when he means rascal, or when he says rascal.
Because I'm like a rule breaker and stuff.
A lawbreaker.
So women simultaneously are intrigued by that, but they also have to pretend like they're not, because women.
No, they're not.
It's sort of like how a lot of women want to be raped.
What?
When I say raped, I mean like.
Really?
That sounds bad when I say it like that.
Yeah, it sounds really bad when you say that.
Oh, dude,
like,
no.
It's bad when you say that because it is bad.
Right.
Because it's just,
Because you believe that women want to. It's crazy shit, man. It's crazy shit. But this is why he's the alpha cuck. Let's keep going here.
But there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them.
No.
What?
But also they have
Oh my
to
God,
pretend,
what is
but
wrong
part
with
of
this
it is they have
piece
to
of
pretend like
shit?
they don't.
So there's the justification.
Ow.
Look, we
What
need to
is
beat
wrong
the
with
shit out of
these
them 'cause
idiots?
They want to be, and then pretend like they don't want to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking
Disgusting.
nuts. I wonder
What
why
did I
it is
do
that
that?
Nick Fuentes can't find.
Seems like I remember
a
talking
mate.
about this shit in the
I wonder
80s,
what
and it's
the,
still
he
not
can't
gone
find
away.
his
It's gotten
earthen
worse.
vessel.
Right.
He can't find his.
Where you got these people literally sitting on YouTube doing this shit. Why?
It's so sad to see people like talk like this, because there's a part of me that's like, man, I feel kind of bad for him, but then I'm also like, nah, he says some pretty shitty stuff, so I don't really feel bad for him at all, right? But like, he is
something like that.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Right. So, and when do the new episodes come out, by the way? What's the schedule if there is one?
Tuesdays are No Fair Remembering stuff drops every Tuesday except the last Tuesday of the month, which is Science Fiction University, and our news politics show drops Thursday nights.
Excellent. Well, there you go. Tuesdays and Thursday nights, fabulous.
And we are up to our 704th episode.
Wow.
You guys are
They've been doing it
maniacs.
for a while.
We're 13 years now? 12,
13 years? Yeah.
That's great.
See, if I had kept up.
And how many have you? Now, is
2005.
it just movies on the sci-fi one, or is
No,
it
novels
books?
too.
Okay,
No,
great.
there are people still going. I mean, what's
TV
Big Fat?
shows.
Is he still going?
We did The
I
Prisoner.
need to go look.
Oh,
Because last I saw, he was still
yeah, that's
going, and
you
he's
know,
got
and
many
it's interesting 'cause people
years
don't
on
normally think of that
me.
as sci-fi, but it totally is. The
Not
I will
on me, but
I
about
will
the same
say,
amount of years as I
my
would
Aunt
have.
Susan, rest her soul, gave me a collection of Heinlein books when I was a kid, and
Griff
set
Beck's
me.
favorite.
Set me on a path of of the sort of philosophy of sci-fi with his work, because he's and there is a lot of philosophy in sci-fi. Just Roddenberry himself, just for seeing a future where everybody got along because you had bigger fish to fry, like the Klingons, until they got brought into the fold. Eventually, everybody likes everybody, but it might just be a little messy at first. Was the sort of the concept there. So my favorite movie of all time is Blade Runner, the original. And the original cut with the voiceover, the noir style version of it. I don't think it needed any fixing. And then my favorite sci-fi book is, of course, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But what's your favorite? So everybody could check something out or whatever. Something that is one of your pivot point sci-fi book and movie. I just want to out for the audience.
I love Margaret Atwood, but the one I love of hers is Oryx and Crake, which is about messing with genetics, and has so much in it that's just hilarious. She has some very funny sections where geneticists put the Gerber baby on a caterpillar so that no one will kill the caterpillar. They graft the Gerber baby's face onto the head of a caterpillar, so that the caterpillar no one will step on it, because it's a Gerber baby.
It sounds like the end of Body Snatchers with the dog and the guy who played the banjo.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I have shelves. I've bored feet of science fiction going back to the 30s and 40s. So, but I love Octavia Butler. The Parable of the Sower was the last book that made me cry and angry and just
Too
like
sad. I can't read it.
It hit me right in the gut. Yeah, she was amazing. And we actually did a Science Fiction University episode comparing book to screen, how it works, how it fails, and who does it right. So we did Dune, the Foundation trilogy, and Octavia Butler's Kindred. And the Foundation trilogy, I think it's on Apple, failed, in my opinion, because they undercut the basic premise of the story.
That happens a lot.
The future unfolds in a particular way, and there's no stopping it, and you have to intervene. And they just screwed that up completely. Beautiful special effects. Dune did a really good job of adapting the novel into the first half. And we liked Kindred.
Okay, I get it.
I can't believe they cut it in half, and you're not going to get to see the second half of
the
that.
nerve of these folks.
Heartbreak.
I felt the same way about the terrible version of Atlas Shrugged movies. I was so disappointed that they weren't as laboriously repetitive as the book.
Yeah. There should have been one movie with the John Galt speech for 2 hours. That's it.
That's it. Oh, you've seen it then?
Yeah.
So right. So the and I would like to say, like,
all right,
I Am
tomorrow.
Legend